Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. And today's fuck. What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today what I wanted to talk to you about is making games. Obviously, you've been following along the tutorial series that I let out and that showed you how to make games. But I kind of wanted to give a little bit more background about what I am and where I came from. So when I started making games, I was living in LA, and I remember the first thing I did when I first started, like, following the first tutorials and stuff like that, I went straight to Riot Games office. Like, I went all the way to the beach. I went to Riot Games office, and I walked up in there, and I was like, "Hey, how do I get hired here?" Literally, like, just literally walked up in there, like, "How do I get hired here?" And the dude gave me his card, and he was telling me about, League of Legends is what they do at Riot Games. That's one of their big things. They got all these statues of League of Legends and stuff like that. But anyways, he was like, "Yeah, do you have any games that you shipped?" And at that time, I haven't shipped anything. I didn't even know what that meant. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, "No." Well, he was like, "Well, just give me a call when you shipped your games, when you shipped at least 2 games." And I'm like, "Okay." So that day I went home and I was like, "Man, I gotta put some games out." And I just started working on games. And from there I haven't looked back. I haven't looked back at all. The first game I did was Can Do, and that was on mobile. I don't need no, 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 no. I don't need no, 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 no. Yeah. Pretty cool. I'm gonna do a number 2 probably. But then I just started doing art, and I cannot draw. So that was like a huge barrier. Like, I'm not the best artist. I got a good imagination, but I'm not the best artist. So I started just trying to model, following tutorials off of YouTube. Which, shout out to everybody who does those Blender tutorials and Unreal tutorials. Thank you, because y'all helped me to learn and get to the point where I'm at right now. But I just discovered a new way to 3D model my scenes, because I love to model scenes. I don't know. I've even put some on my YouTube page about some scenes that I've modeled. Like, I did a horror one. I did Vegeta Go, where I did West City. But I wanted to get better at 3D modeling, because when I do like a city, like for example, when I did Vegeta's West City, it took me 3 days to model all the buildings and, place the buildings and the roads and all that stuff. And I'm like, that's a long time for me. That's a long time for the way that I work. I work fast. When I'm making beats, I make the beat 10, 20 minutes, and then I'll go back, add some sauce to it, bring in some, like, instrumentalist and put my voice on it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like art and video games should be the exact same way. And so that's what I started doing. Instead of just trying to model it from a picture or just model it from scratch, what I started doing this weekend, I started working on a new game. I work on a new game just for practice every week. But I started working on a new game, and I wanted to decrease the time it takes me to model the rooms. And so what I did this time is I drew out the room before I touched any modeling, and my art is sucky. You can see it here. Here's one of the ones that I drew out for this room. This is the first room in the game that I'm working on, called Billy Blue, and you see the art. Anyways, I took that artwork, and since I drew out every single piece of it, I kind of got a better understanding of the 3D shapes in my mind, which allowed me to model everything effortlessly. It's like I could see it on paper, already drew it. Now all I got to do is create it in 3D, and that was simple. So I think that I found a new workflow in creating 3D environments. Like, the first thing you have to do is you have to draw it out, no matter how no matter how rough it looks. Draw it out. And then once you have all those shapes drawn out and you've done it by hand, then you know exactly how to model them in 3D. You know where the corners go, you know where the edges go, and everything like that. So I just wanted to share that tip with you. If you're not a good artist like me, and you can't draw, don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. Draw it out still. You know what I'm saying? And then make it magic after you come back and put it in 3D. So that's the only tip that I wanted to give you guys today. I just wanted to share that with you. Hope you're having a beautiful, lovely, wonderful day, and keep making games, stay creative, and have fun. I'll holla at y'all next time. Peace.